My wife grew her first white hair at 29. When I tried to pluck it, she attacked me. Last night, I pulled it out anyway, and the thing moved in my hands. Part 2. She snapped at me. We were in the kitchen dishing out a special takeout meal when I caressed the top of her head. I leaned down to kiss the top of hers when she spun around, face red with rage. She pushed as hard as she could with both hands, knocking me hard into the table. It didn't hurt that much. I was more shocked than anything. "Don't fucking touch me without any warning," she shouted and stomped a foot. My mouth hung open. Carrie never swore. Well, rarely. She would drop a curse whenever it was funny. But I had never heard her swear in rage at anyone, let alone imagine she would do so at me. "Sweetheart, are you alright?" I asked, mouth open. What had I done wrong? Did I cause this? Or did something else happen that made her act this way? My head swam with thousands of questions. Carrie quickly settled down, embarrassed by the outburst. She walked over and offered an apology hug that I took. "I'm fine. I don't know, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like myself for some reason," she said in a small voice. I risked a heavy question that changed the mood. "Do you think you might be pregnant? We've been trying for a while and hormones can make you act different," I suggested. She scrunched up her face at the suggestion as a joke. "Different? As in crazy?" she half-joked. Well, I trailed off and my answer made her smile again. Sadly, she pulled away and shook her head. "No, I've already checked." I didn't let the disappointment show on my face. We hadn't had the money for the tests to see why we hadn't been able to have a child yet. We figured one would come at the right time. That time simply hadn't come yet. "We'll call the doctors to see if you can get in for those scans sooner. You might have hit your head harder than we thought when you fainted at work. It's not as if you made changes to your medications or anything like that," I suggested. There hadn't been a bruise when she fainted, but I didn't want to take the risk. An odd expression came over her face as she chewed on the inside of her lip. Carrie had something she wanted to tell me but was too embarrassed to do so. It took a few minutes and some joking threats of eating her dinner for her to open up. I took some of these Asian pills I bought from the gas station. They're supposed to help with a lot of things. Like those weird energy drinks you can find. I frowned, concerned over this new information. "Do you have the box still? We can look up to see if anyone else has had the same issues." She shook her head and sighed. "No. It was like 2 months ago. If not longer." I took 3 and then tossed them out because they made me feel lightheaded. I don't know what they were called and the gas station stopped selling them. Well, that sucked. She didn't remember enough to track down these mystery pills. At least we had something to bring up when we saw the doctors next. Or so I assumed. I held her tight, assuring her everything was alright. Figuring out why she felt so odd lately wouldn't be a big deal. That it would just take time. I was unaware time is what we lacked. A few days later, Carrie skipped work and stayed in bed. I offered to stay home, but she talked me into going to work. However, I left my shift early to find her in the same spot I had left her. Dark bags were under her eyes even though she rested all day. I got her dinner and begged Carrie to go to the hospital. Somehow, she talked me down and promised to go in the morning if she still felt tired. The meal woke her up a little. I climbed into bed next to her and we watched a bit of TV before both falling asleep. That night I woke up in the dark to hear her moving in her sleep. I turned on the bedside light and she flinched away from it. Her hands went over her eyes as if the brightness hurt. "Do you have a headache? Can I get you something?" I offered. "Migraine?" "Yes, please. It feels like pressure." Her voice was low and weak. I got up and put my cell phone in my pajama pants pocket. Depending on the next few minutes I would call for an ambulance. I got her a glass of water and some aspirin I helped her take. Her body felt far too thin. How had she lost so much weight without anyone noticing? While keeping her upright with a hand on her back, I spotted that single white hair growing out of the top of her head. I had forgotten about it. An urge to pluck it came over me. While Carrie remained defenseless, I took the hair between a finger and my thumb, then pulled.